Have you ever found yourself whispering those words, but I don't know what to say? Maybe you've even said them out loud. Don't know how to say it. Don't know what stories to tell. I don't have any stories. It's just me. I don't really even know when to say it or what the right time to say it is and things like that. This might be when it comes to creating content, doing your posts, doing Facebook Lives, doing blogs. Have you ever found yourself saying that? Well, this is what I want to help fix for you today in our video. I bet that there is something in your catalogue of knowledge that you could probably talk for a very, very long period of time over. Whether it's food, whether it's friends, whether it's the pool, whether it's furniture, whether it's design, art, interior, lighting, whatever it might be. I bet there is stuff that you just know, right? And if you were talking to someone, you would know the exact things to say. You would know the exact things to share. You would know the exact way and the sequence in which that you would need to share something or teach something or model something for somebody else in order for them to be able to get it, right? So why is it so freaking hard when it comes to marketing, when it comes to creating confidence and the confidence to put yourself out there online? Why is it so hard? Most people forget what they know. So I remember working for Westpac for 12 years. Well, I don't just remember it. I know that I did work for Westpac for 12 years. And I started running different seminars and training events and kind of like almost like networking nights, information nights. I was doing so many different things in order to be able to bring new people in. And I knew after being in the bank for such a long period of time, for doing what I did for such a long period of time, that if I was put in front of that room, I could share an immense amount of information. I could share so many hours worth of topics and content and advice and hints and tips and things to look out for and things to look for and this, that, and the other. Like it was just in me. I just knew it. So the first time that I ran a workshop for Westpac, I was still nervous and my throat was sore and I was losing my voice. Actually, I needed to have a honey and lemon, at the front of the presentation night. And I was delivering, but I had a couple of dot points, but I knew my stuff. And so for you, with your line of work, I know that there are things that you know, that you just intrinsically know, that might even feel like it's common sense to you. But to other people, it can be super informative. It can actually be transformational. It can be from advice to hints to tips to checklists to anything that you need to share that is going to solve their big problem, right? Now, if you think about that, and you think about what problem are you solving for these people, it actually helps you to grow in confidence a hell of a lot faster because you're not trying to sit there and just kind of like go, well, what am I going to say today? Who am I going to talk to today? What am I going to do? Yada, yada, yada. You know who you're talking to and you've got that stuff. So some things that you can do in order to create that trust in yourself, that you do know your stuff and that you've got the right things to say and you know the way that you're going to say it, I really encourage you to start thinking about, all right, well, what are my opinions on different things? What do I believe in? And why do you believe in it in relation to your area of expertise? So if you might be a lawyer and you're a family lawyer and you're like, you know what, I believe this to be true. I believe everybody has the right to access fair information that is going to help them, that is going to save them the tens of thousands of dollars that it usually costs to go through a divorce or a custody battle. So you might think about that, right? And think about all of those things that you can share. That's going to instantly help you to feel that confidence within and know what the right thing is to say. The other thing that you probably want to be thinking about is when you're putting stuff out there, it's easier if you're kind of talking around a central theme. So it's going to be easier for you to feel really confident if you've got a particular theme that you're following, whether it's every month or every quarter, every 6 months, or even every year. And then the thing that you want to do is get practiced at talking about whatever that thing is. So you want to repeat it, get in front of a camera, get in front of a mirror, have some notes there and be like, okay, so what am I going to say? Okay, cool. All right, so know your stuff. You know your stuff. Just go through and find those different things out. So the next thing that I want you to be thinking about in being able to trust yourself is trust yourself enough to be able to share this information on Facebook. Talk about it on LinkedIn. Put it up in a YouTube video. Go and do a blog on it. Write about it. Film it. Do audios. You know, if you're much better at getting a microphone and speaking into your computer and telling stories that way, then awesome. Put a podcast together. If you're really awesome with imagery, you know, you might be able to go and build out a really cool PDF or something like that and use that as a way of being able to share the stuff online. But the bottom line is here is that you've got to trust that you know what it is that you need to share, that you'll know when the right amount of information has been shared. You can't share too much information. The next thing that you want to be thinking about in terms of really creating this foundation and knowing that you can trust yourself is having a framework in how to roll it all out so that way you can create your focus points. So the framework might be around sharing a story, then sharing some information, and then sharing call to action. It might be that you always take people through. Your thing might be always the 3 steps. The 3 steps to finding a family lawyer. The 3 steps to saving more money in your divorce. The 3 steps to negotiating to get a bigger settlement. The 3 steps to blah, blah, blah. Like, your thing might always be the 3 steps. And that's going to give you, framework. All I need to do is think of a way to introduce that, give those 3 steps, and then kind of tie it off at the end, right? So once you've done that a few times, you'll just kind of be able to do it without even thinking about it. The way that you can tell stories, like a storytelling framework, a super, super simple one is where I was, what I did, where I am now. So where I was when I was working for Westpac is like I knew my stuff, yeah? So it was so easy to be able to talk about it. The way that I did that was reminding myself what I knew, the framework that I had to pull people through and stuff like that. Now, where I am now, yes, I'm no longer working for the bank, but I still use those same skills. I still feel that same level of certainty in doing what I'm doing now as what I did in the bank. So that was a where I was, what I did, where I am now framework. Even when I'm telling stories at events, I follow that same formula and I don't even really think about it these days. It just kind of really happens. So when you're trying to be super confident, and I don't want you to fake it till you make it, but I do want you to rip off the Band-Aid, right? I want you to feel like you're genuine, like you're being authentically you, like the words come easily. And when you're doing it in this kind of way and you've got that repetition, you're automatically going to feel confident and therefore you're not faking it. Alrighty? Awesome. So any questions about this or if you need some help, please feel free to reach out. I look forward to helping you in the next video with all things confidence, branding, creating authority, and being a really awesome freaking business badass. All right, see you soon.